quick, I think I got one more question. Is it football or soccer? And we are back with another episode of the BVSA Sports Show. Anthony Conte, got Joe Wanderlingh, we've got Juan Zubilaga, we've got Jhonny Arteaga, J. Elite. We've been doing a lot of talking about baseball and football and everything that's going on. That's kind of in our wheelhouse. But it's been fun the last couple weeks with the World Cup going on, watching Joe get pulled into over these conversations, watching you guys watch all the games over at Enrique's place.
Everybody's getting
It's getting nuts, right? The whole lobby, all of a sudden, there's a party in the lobby because the games are going on. It's been really exciting. So we figured, listen, let's stop talking about baseball and football for a second. Let's talk about the real football. And we can actually talk about that. The soccer is football. But yeah, we're bringing these guys on and want to just kind of pick your brains. And Joe, with that, let's take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in a place where I feel like you right now. Right, you are with the football and the baseball. That's how I am with the soccer. I only know so much. I've been trying to get myself tied in, watching the games, filling out brackets and stuff. But you guys are here. Take it away. We can start with Sunday. Argentina, France. I think Argentina has obviously the Messi story. France has the back-to-back possibility, first time ever, right? Yep, that would happen. So feel free, take it away. Where do you guys want to go from there for Sunday's game, Argentina and France?
I think Argentina. I mean, for me, I'm a fan of this game. I love this game. I've played this game my whole life. I think being able to see Messi lift the World Cup trophy would be incredible. You know, but they have a huge team in front of them. That's going to be a really difficult challenge. I think that Mbappe is an upcoming, he's been doing it for the last few years. He's already won a World Cup. He's only 23 years old. Huge talent. I think will be the next best player in the world, I think. So it's going to be a tough game, but my prediction, Argentina 2-1.
Argentina 2-1? I think Argentina 2.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. More as a fan, I want Argentina to take it. And I'm from South America, so we push a little more for our side. So we got to take it. But I think the best thing, and looking at the World Cup before it started, I wanted Argentina-France in the final. Because I think it's the best, like the generational change of Messi being like the old guard, the best in the world, and Mbappe, who's the new, upcoming, potentially the best in the world. So it's good to see that clash, you know, of the old guard and the new, who's going to take it. You know, to me, that's a beautiful thing.
It's going to be an amazing day for the game, I think, across the entire world. I think, you know, everybody's expecting, you know, a big game. Hopefully it will be, but it's a World Cup final, so we'll see what kind of game we see.
I heard on the radio this morning something like half of the world might be watching the World Cup. It's kind
I
of
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised.
That was the estimate.
I wonder if I don't think it's past the Super Bowl in terms of viewership, but
Oh,
World Cup
100%.
final.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I would
U.S.
say-
viewership hasn't passed Super Bowl, but I would imagine globally it has.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, globally, 100%.
So what's the bigger, in my sports world, I always look for the stories, the storylines, those two that we were just kind of talking about. Messi raising the trophy versus France winning back-to-back. What might be a better story for soccer, or a bigger story for soccer?
I
If
think
you had to pick one.
I think either one would be crazy and great. I mean, listen, whatever happens on Sunday is going to be beautiful. Whether it's Mbappe winning his second World Cup at a young age, at 23 years old, their coach, French coach, has won the World Cup as a player, has now won the World Cup as a manager once, could do it again, which is incredible.
Has that been done before?
No.
No?
I take that back. I think 2 World Cups. There might be largo. They have a back-to-back World Cup, and somebody else. I think there might be a couple coaches after that.
And how about Mbappe? I'm sorry if I messed his name up. Is he the youngest to ever have 2 World Cups as well?
I think if I recall correctly, I think Pelé has that
Because he started young, yeah.
Young.
17 he won the first one.
He will be timed. I think Pelé. I don't know. Has Pelé won 2? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, you know, it's an exciting thing for France, 100%. You know, me personally, Messi is just special, man. He's been so special for the game. He's impacted the game and so many generations over the last years that I would love for him to be the one lifting it. And almost, we all know this is it for him. It's the end of his career. And he's been like battling getting to these stages. And unfortunately has failed. You know, Argentina has failed.
They've lost a lot of fights. They've lost the World Cup final
World Cup
once.
once
They've lost
already?
the Copa America in the final twice. So Messi's been to finals and lost them.
And
So
they
this
won the
would
Copa
be-
America last Copa America, so they have a trophy under their belt, and hopefully that can carry them on. But listen, again, this is the game. This is soccer, and we saw a bunch of upsets. in the World Cup. So you never know, man. This is tough.
Has Messi came out and said this is it? He's done after
No,
this?
no, he has not. I don't think so. I think he might push for one more.
No, I think he's kind of leaned towards like
More out than
like it's his age is natural that he's not gonna be able to be at the high level performer.
He's a little banged up, right? He's holding his hamstring.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Well,
You
yeah,
never
some
know,
guys
man.
go out there
That
on
might be part of
crutches.
his
Yeah.
game.
No, you never know with this guy.
Exactly, yeah.
You never know. I saw it too in the game. I'm like, oh man, and then 10 seconds later, he's
Sprinting on the
changing pace and beating everyone in the field. It's crazy.
That little mind game there? Little
I
chess?
think so, yeah. He's smart. He's the smartest player in the world, probably.
I mean-
Not only the best, the smartest.
There have been talks about the way he plays, right? And a lot of times he walks on the field and he's just finding the right moments to really push his energy when he needs to. He's so smart. These guys are phenomenal players that have done this for so long and they know their spaces, the time, when they run, when they don't need to run. They don't need to chase the game and then find pockets, moments where they can actually and then they hurt you because you don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
It's a problem with those kind of players.
It's a great fairy tale ending, though, to see Messi in the cup, like you said. It'll just all come full circle, And then the whole argument about Ronaldo, Messi, best in the world, I think this will probably show as he's kind of at his prime. Yeah, he stole.
The words right out of my mouth. That's where I was
there,
going next. You guys had any?
So winning it would kind of put him, I think, Messi at the top. I mean, he's already at the top, but he would be.
Where are the age wise?
Solid.
Ronaldo and Messi.
Very similar. Ronaldo's a couple years older.
Older.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wild. So zoom out a little bit. The whole World Cup as a whole. It sounds like Argentina and France. It was no surprise that they got there where they are right now. So what's been the biggest surprise for you guys? Whether it's team, player, just like the overall. We talked about a lot of upsets. Like, what's been the big surprise for you guys?
I think the biggest one, I got to go back to Argentina losing that first game.
Saudi Arabia, right? Yep.
At that point, they were coming off, 30-something wins
38 or something.
consecutive.
Straight consecutive
So
wins.
years without losing.
Undefeated.
And then to lose to Saudi Arabia on paper, nobody had that. They were 4-5-0 easy game. So to lose that game, and then not only to lose that game, but to recover and get back on the bandwagon. Now they're in the final. So to recover from that loss was huge for that team.
For me, I think, I wouldn't say, surprised. I'm a little surprised, but at the same time, I'm not because they have some good players and they've played really well this World Cup. It's Morocco. I think they've played phenomenal this World Cup. They've gone at teams and they've battled and they've been very organized tactically when they needed to be. And so I think that's a little bit of a surprise, but I was surprised to see them knock out Spain and then knock out Portugal. That's crazy.
This is the furthest they ever won. Never
Yeah.
been, right?
Any
Any African team.
Any
Furthest
African
any African team has gone. So
Wow.
they could potentially get into third to even higher. It's
Yeah.
already a huge accomplishment.
I think Morocco is a great story for sure.
Wait, so there's a play. There's a third, fourth place game?
Yeah, third,
Yeah,
fourth
they
place,
still play that.
which would be Croatia against Morocco.
They still play that. It's funny you mentioned Bilardo. I saw an interview the other day of the Argentina coach from 1994 saying how he thought Morocco was going to be the future of soccer. And they were asking, why do you think that? He was like, well, I've been to Europe. People don't play soccer. You go to America, people don't play soccer in the streets. You go to Morocco, they're still playing in Africa. He said they're playing soccer everywhere in the streets.
Yeah.
So
It's
that's
a
going to
culture
be the
thing,
future. And that's what we see now.
Morocco, 100%. It's a big culture of soccer.
So that Saturday game, the third place game, Croatia, Morocco, does that game, I feel like I already know the answer to this question, does that game matter for their countries? Does it matter for you guys as fans? Does it matter for the casual fan? Like, people are going to be just
It matters.
locked in.
This is the biggest stage of the game. And you want to place third or fourth?
Yeah.
That bronze medal.
For these guys, man, it's the highest level. It's gonna matter. So
Yeah.
both teams, I think, are gonna come out to try to win the game. I don't think you'll see many changes in what they've been looking to do. And any opportunity for any player too to be in the world stage, that's huge. So for players, for coaches, we'll see. We'll see how that one. That's gonna be a tough one too because Croatia is very good. So
They played each other in the group stage, right? There's a 0-0 draw, I believe.
Listen, at the end of the day, too, they're watching their games. So Morocco was watching Croatia against Argentina. They're watching the games. So I think they're going to be as prepared as they can be, and it's going to matter. I think. Hopefully, it'll be nice to have Morocco get their place. I think it'll be a nice ending to the great run in the World Cup.
Croatia was in it 4 years ago. They lost in the
To
final.
France.
France.
Last World Cup. I mean, listen, I also personally think Spain played really well. They're a young roster, they're a young team, exciting team, and it was, not getting through the next round was, I think, a surprise. But knocked out by a strong Morocco team. Germany, I thought that was a really difficult thing, to see that they did not advance another group. It's tough. Germany staying out. Those are countries that historically have are heavy hitters in the World Cup. So those were a little bit surprises. I think a team that was exciting to watch too in the group stage was Ecuador, and unfortunately they fell short. They didn't get out. I thought they could have gotten out. It was good. They had a good momentum. They opened up the World Cup against Qatar. First game of the World Cup was great. Great. I think it was 2-0 game.
Well against Netherlands too.
Exactly.
Got a tie, should beat them.
Yeah, but this is the World Cup. Like I said, anything can happen. Surprises can happen. Teams have to show up to play. They'll punish you for mistakes. That's just how it is, man. Biggest stage in the game.
This wasn't really scripted, but I just thinking about it. Obviously, I'm Italian. Both sides of my family from Italy, and soccer is pretty big in Italy. Didn't Italy just win the Euro?
Yeah.
Yes,
Right? And how do you go from winning the Euro Cup 2 years ago to then not making it to the World Cup at all, not
It's the
qualifying?
qualifiers. One thing that I was talking to someone just recently is like they've got to make the qualifiers a little bit more attractive to the regular fan, because it's actually really hard.
Yeah.
You look at the South American qualifiers, it's a final every game because you need to rack up points to get in. Even to the last fixture, you're still trying to get in. Teams to who's going to go in, who's going to go out. And we had South America, Colombia was out, and they had a really great World Cup. 14 in Brazil, Russia, and so now they're out. So, but it's the qualifiers are tough. And Europe is tough too. So all across the board. The U.S. was good for us to see. I think it was great for us to see the U.S. excite us a little bit, because I think that's going to help continue to help what we are doing in the game in the U.S. Trying to just get more kids to wanting to follow soccer and play soccer. I think in the U.S. we've seen a lot of growth of soccer, but we're not where I think we will eventually be in the U.S. Coming into 2026, hosting is going to be huge. I mean, I'd love to see our girls this week. We're coming to train at 3 o'clock and stopped at the cafe. TV's on for the semifinal game, and said, "Can we watch the game until it's over and then we get on the field?" That's huge. Because I think that watching the game and seeing the game and being around it more, I think creates that culture where kids really are passionate. And the more passionate you are, you're enjoying it, you're having fun. I think it'll help grow the game. So it's good to see.
Yeah, that's kind of the last thing I wanted to touch on. 2026 coming to North America, U.S., Mexico, Canada.
Yep.
So what that you kind of started already, what it does for the U.S. and our kids watching, wanting to play, be a part of this, help that the U.S. is kind of the team itself performed well and they're hosting, and they seem to be on the rise a little bit.
Yeah, especially more so in this country. Unfortunately, we're a nation of winners. So if you're a team that's not winning, you're not going to get a lot of interest. So it's good to see them perform and now winning and competing. And next World Cup, they should have a good team. A lot of young players who would be in 28, 27.
Yeah. These guys,
experience.
I think these guys that just played are. This World Cup for them is just a little taste of it. Right? I think we have an exciting young roster that will only get better. A lot of those guys are playing in the top leagues in Europe, and I think that's helping them. So I think there's a lot of excitement about U.S. soccer, and hopefully 2026 will be a further run. It's really tough to say, okay, we're going to win the World Cup in 2026. I think you also have to just build history a little bit, and I think we're building our history, and it takes time. So, but that as we're seeing that process is definitely impacting the country and everyone every one of us here. So I think it's great. It's great to see you guys from the baseball side being interested in the World Cup games and watching. And Frank is walking us. Jhonny, you don't have the game on? I'm like, you know the game, huh? So I think it's good. I think it's good that we soccer is just continuing to grow. And from our side, as we coach this game and we teach, and we are able to pass on our passion for the game to a lot of kids. Like, I think it also motivates us to help the game grow in the U.S. We look back at even last World Cup, 4 years ago to now, we just had a little banquet end of the season at King's School, and Juan and I were there. A couple of the parents, the entire time we talked about the World Cup, and I was sitting back like this. I've been fortunate to play this game since a very young age to the pro level, and being able in the U.S. right, being able to sit back and just listen to everyone talk. I was like, guys, I'm so happy that we're just talking about this game because that's culture. At the end of the day, that's culture. That's how it is. So it's great. It's great to see a mom that's dropping their kids off saying, "Oh yeah, we're listening to the game in the car. We want to catch the PKs or whatever." It doesn't matter. If it's a child, if it's a mom, a dad, a grandfather, grandma, just everyone, which is great. This game is beautiful. So I'm happy to see that happening in the U.S.
It's definitely helping out here. Like I said, I try to get a little bit more into it every time it comes around, and this was by far the most huge help to you guys up front. And one, it's like from a learning and how the points work in groups, and now I'm catching myself even on the field with you guys with your teams, young all the way up to these professionals, watching and seeing what you guys are doing and watching them play. And wish I could somewhat jump in, but I can't even take a soccer ball.
So we got to get an episode playing a little soccer.
Yeah,
And then we go to
soccer
the
tennis.
We go to the cages, see if we can hit
Cross
something.
worlds, there you
A
go.
little cross world. So, real quick, I think I got one more question that it's been on obviously America's mind. I think it's probably on the world's mind. Is it football or soccer?
I don't know. The national team kind of grabbed behind. It's called soccer. It's soccer.
The U.S. national team.
Yeah.
The U.S. national
It's
team.
soccer. They went
Soccer.
behind it.
On
But,
the
yeah.
global stage, or what do you guys think? For you guys, football, soccer?
It's been football my whole life.
Football. But you got Johnny.
But I was born in Colombia.
Soccer
Football.
Academy on your shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nah, I
Well,
think, listen, at the end of the day, it's the beautiful game. Whatever it is, it's a beautiful game. I think you can find a soccer ball anywhere in the world, and if people connect through that ball, play.
Yep.
Which is great. Which is beautiful to see. Again, I go back to my own experiences. Like as a player, I've gotten to meet so many people through the game with different backgrounds and cultures, etc. And it's the game that brings you together. Even today, playing in our league, we get together and there's a level of joy when you're playing, which is great. So whether it's football or soccer, it's a beautiful game.
It's a beautiful game. It's awesome. Well, thank you guys. Thank you so
All right,
much
man.
for
Sure.
sitting down. I think this was episode 8, episode 9 of the BVSA Sports Show, and hopefully we get you guys on again soon, and we'll get the soccer tennis going. I think that might have to be a thing. So
that was your show.
yeah, exactly. So if you guys are still here and still watching and watched all this, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate the viewers. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, letting everybody know, sharing it. A lot more fun stuff. And again, comment down below if you want us to talk about some other topics. And we're looking forward to hearing from you guys. So, peace out.